Hello everyone, this is Yuvraj, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Statistics. In this video, we are going to discuss the recruitment, sources of recruitment, and then factors determining the recruitment, and then what are the selection process for recruiting the candidate. So these are all the discussions we are going to make in this video. So first we have to understand, we have to clear with the meaning of the recruitment. So what is a recruitment? The term recruitment is nothing but finding of suitable candidates for the various posts in the organization, usually termed as the recruitment. But that recruitment should be made in a proper way. In simple terms, the recruitment means to employ the right person to the right job. That is a proper meaning of the recruitment. So recruitment is should not be like simply conducting interview and selecting the candidates. It should be made selecting the right person to the right job. Then only that will be the proper recruitment. Then some of the sources of the recruitment I have mentioned here. In that, the first one is internal sources. So the internal source of recruitment concern the recruitment of employees made by using the internal source of the organization. That means within the organization itself, we are going to fulfill the manpower need, right, by using internal sources. So in that we have like sources sources of recruitment. In the internal sources, we are having like a transfer, promotion, then recommendation by the existing employees. These are all the internal sources of recruitment. Transfer, by transferring one employee from one department to another department. Suppose for example the production department, or say for example department A having surplus staff, department B having shortage of the manpower. In this case, in order to fulfill the recruitment need, manpower need, we are able to transfer the surplus employee from department A to B. That is a transfer. Promotion, to promote the lower level position to the higher level. Say for example, in an organization, the manager posting is vacant means we are able to promote the assistant manager to the next level. That's the internal source, promotion. Then the recommendation given by the existing employees, also be able to fulfill the recruitment. So these are all the sources comes under the internal sources of recruitment. Then what are all the merits of internal sources? The internal sources usually motivate the employees to hard work because we are giving the promotion to the employees. When we promote the employees, definitely they will recognize it and they automatically motivated. So they put higher effort. There no risk in involvement in the appointment because internal sources concern it is made through the transfer, promotion, and reference from the existing employees. So if it is made through the promotion and transfer means they are already the employed, they are the employees of our concern. There is no need to explain again the organization policy or policy to them, and they need not again adopt for the new culture. So already they know about us company. So there is no risk involved in the appointment. The employee is already familiar with the organization policies. That's why that is I just now I explained. The employee is already because the internal sources means by means of promotion, transfer, we are fulfilling the manpower need. So they are already our employees. They know about our employment organization culture and the policies. They know very well. So we need not give the training to them. So these are the merits of internal sources, and it save the lot of time and money for the management when we use the internal source of recruitment. These are some merits. Next one, external source of recruitment. So the sources of recruitment, we have two types. One is the internal source, another one is the external source. So external source means we are going to recruit the employees from the outside the organization. Through the advertisements, we will recruit. Through the employment exchanges, even from the government employment exchanges, we will get the database of the employee. and be able to recruit, or some private employment exchanges also available. Through them, we able to recruit and fulfill our manpower need, and some of the private employment consultants also available. So just as the company, we inform them we need uh, this much manpower for different vacancies. Accordingly, they will help us in recruiting and supply the manpower. So through the private employment consultants, we able to recruit the employees. It also comes under the external sources of recruitment, and through the campus interview. So many companies directly they go to any college and recruit the students, right, for their job. This is a campus interview, through the campus interview. Then one more external source of recruitment is the revival forms. So what is a revival forms? Say for example, in some cases, the company will not call any offer for the employment, but voluntarily the candidates will give their biodata resume. Company also accept that, and they will get that, and they will inform that if there is any vacancy, we will inform. So the company is always having some bunch of resumes which is already given by some candidates. So whenever there is any manpower vacancy in organization, be able to call the employees from that particular bunch of resumes which is already submitted by the candidates. That is called actually unsolicited applicants. I mean, now I explained the term unsolicited applicants. Revival forms the differ. Sorry for that. Actually, I made a mistake. So now I explained regarding the unsolicited applicants. Revival form means we are going to attract the employee from our competitors. Maybe one manager in our competing company, he is doing well. So we want to attract him for development of our company. So that also kind of recruitment is an external source of recruitment. Then unsolicited, usually the companies are having some bunch of resumes already, which is already submitted by the candidates, even though there is no vacancy in the company. So when there will be any vacancy arising in a company, we able to call from that particular bunch of applications is called as the solicited applicants. Then some of the advantages, it provides wider choice. Be able to select the employees. It provides a wider choice for employer. It is not restricted like internal sources. So it provides wider choice for the employer. Then external source is more reliable. Be able to attract some talented persons and to ensure the right person is employed. So these are all the some of the advantages of external sources of recruitment. Then here I have mentioned some of the factors determining the recruitment. First one, the reputation of concern. Right? First one, the reputation of the concern is play a vital role in determining the recruitment. And other benefits like a salary and other monetary benefits offered, terms and conditions of the services, nature of vacancy also determining the recruitment, then government reservation norms. So these are all some of the factors which determining the recruitment. The next one, selection process. So recruitment, nothing but we have discussed like what is the recruitment and what are the sources of the recruitment. Like we have only two types of recruitment. One is the internal source of recruitment, another one is external source of recruitment. So by conclusion, recruitment is nothing but to employ the right person to the right job. It is called recruitment. Then now we are going to discuss the selection process, right? So how the candidates are selected in organization. So what are the selection process they are conducting? So first thing, the company at the time of recruiting any person, they receive the application forms and they are going to scrutinize the applications. They verify the applications which is received by the company. If there is any mistake, that will be rejected. For that, they conduct some scrutiny on the applications. Then first they conduct the preliminary interview. Then they conduct some test in order to filter the candidates. Then after filtering the candidates, they will call the final interview. In the final interview, after conducting the final interview, they are going to check some references also. So at the time of giving our resume, we have to put references, right? So they will call that particular person whom we given the references and inquire about the particular candidate. Then after this process, the employer going to confirm our appointment. Then after the appointment, the confirmation of service will be given. Then here some of the tests are there, like a different types of test at the time of interview. These are the tests conducted usually. First one is the aptitude test. In order to check the mental ability, they conduct the aptitude test and intelligence test. And proficiency test is usually conducted to test the skill of the any employee. Like suppose if you want to test the typing skill of the employee, so this proficiency test will be conducted. The interest test, whether the particular employee having the interest in the particular job or not. For that, they conduct some test called interest test and the personality test, right? So these are all some different types of test which is usually conducted at the time of selection process. Then the interview. The interview is the face-to-face oral examination of the candidate by the employer. This interview may be held two stages. One is a preliminary and final. So here I have mentioned some of the types of interview, which is very important. We have to know this. So types of interview, first one is called structured interview. So in structured interview, already the employer, they made a pre-schedule what are the questions they are going to ask. It is called structured interview. They already planned and prepared some questions, and they will ask the questions only from that particular schedule. Unstructured interview means there is no pre-planned questions. At the time of interview, what all the thinkings are comes to the mind of employer, they will ask the questions. Then depth interview usually conducted in order to test the in-depthness of the subject matter of the particular candidate. Then stress interview also conducted. It is not conducted for all the jobs. It will be conducted for some complicated jobs, difficult jobs. So stress interview is conducted. So in this interview, the company or an employer asks some stress making questions, right? Whether they can able to tackle the stress or not. Then board interview and group interview. The board interviews are also called as the panel interview. The board interview means more than one person, right? Like a group of persons were sitting to interview the candidate. Then each and every person will ask the question one by one. That is usually called group interview. Then board interview also, some group of members are sitting to interview the candidate. But the difference between the board interview and group interview is, in a group interview, one person asks the question. After the candidate answer, the next person will ask the question. But in the board interview, they are frequently asked the questions. If one person asks the question means within the candidate answer, next one person will ask the question. The questions are frequently coming. So these are all the various types of interviews which is usually conducted. Then last one, selection process after the interview. So after the interview, mainly they go for checking the references which is given in the biodata or the resume of the candidate. Then some of the companies, they go for some medical examination also. So after that, they will confirm the appointment. And after the appointment, first they will give the probation period. Probation period is nothing but a training period. Suppose freshers are recruited means we have to give some orientation to them. So after the appointment, confirmation of appointment, the probation period will be given. It's like a training period. So after that only the confirmation of service will be granted. Then the employee will be duly appointed, right? So in this video, we have discussed what are all the sources of recruitment and what are the factors determining the recruitment, and also the selection process, right? So this is the again the recruitment selection process, like job vacancy, job analysis, attracting the candidates, screening applicants. So already we have discussed it is a simplified form.